Okay, so welcome to the Art of Spiritual Healing. And the Art of Spiritual Healing is to me a real treat in the sense of I've been celebrating this idea for a very long time to take some time to stand still with, say, themes of the Art of Spiritual Healing from Joel Goldsmith, as it is mentioned in his book, but using the themes and taking it from there, you could say, and using and applying it in the things that we explore and discover together. So that's really great. That's really great. So yeah, this is going to be an experiment with you, with me, with everything, because it's brand new. We're certainly going to recognize things that you say like, oh yeah, but we have done that before, but still. So the great part of this is that there's a possibility to literally come into the practice of healing. And so, well, that's one thing. So there's also another part, the healing circle. And there's a part where you actually start to teach or demonstrate. However, whatever comes up for you to share. And that's also a very lovely part. But it is like there's more interactiveness. You can ask questions. You can do whatever you want. Like you can ask the questions, say after one of the say program points are over, so to speak. If something is not clear, or you want just more about it, or more clarity, that's always possible. So I really open this up also for the interaction, because I can teach the art of spiritual healing, of course, but it is like this is no longer about hearing the words. This is no longer about, now you want more, like you want to come into the direct experience of healing, opening up for the beautiful direct communication that is given, and that's certainly possible. Like this is a good place to practice that too. We're with a group here, with like online. We're with a group, a small group, so we do things one-on-one too, and we do a healing circle that is non-public, and more like this. So that is really something else, pretty unique in setup. Now everything stands or falls by the energy of recognition that you bring in, that you recognize, that you extend, that you consciously extend, you could say, that is so part of you that you don't even recognize it, maybe even directly, but for sure you bring it in because it is the light that you can trust, that literally will reveal things to you, even though it's part of you. And this is something you have to get the hang of, so to speak. But the healing power in that sense is given to each and every one to consciously use. Now, to receive that then, or to be consciously aware of it, is the first step that needs to occur, and that happens in different ways. So in the art of spiritual healing, we use the questions that Joel poses in the art of spiritual healing. What about this body? What about words in healing? What about this? What about that? And more and more and more. So I'm using that actively to say per meeting that we have, specifically going deeply into that and practicing the specific points, you could say, to come to the possibility of finding a new freedom to actually demonstrate it, to feel that you are receiving this and that you can express it, that you have practiced expressing this in terms of allowing that to occur in a one-on-one encounter. Now this can be quite new to you to let that occur. Well, here's a place where we can practice that. And you have to do it in order to see it at work, because in the end you're not doing anything. Same with teaching, of demonstrating it through, for instance, you sharing your favorite quote, but then using that as your inspiration to start from there to verbalize, or to express, or to sing, or to share a poem, or whatever you do to give expression to what you feel, what is given to you in that moment. And this is a lovely practice to open up that flow of expression, because that is completely given. And in that sense, it is always successful. And there's no good and bad involved in it. No, this is really about you stepping in and starting to give that away. Now that is something else. That's really beautiful. Now I have a short introduction. I made a video that you might have seen, but it's still great to use it. It is really like the basic part of the art of spiritual healing. So these are healing principles that are being shared, and they bring you into a meditative atmosphere where you become receptive. You can completely open up and receive the love of God, to receive that communication that is right here, by just letting go everything else for just a moment. So I want to start with that, sharing that with you, and using that actively more as, okay, here's, if you want to make a sound, it would be like this. Like this is our chant. This is our healing vibration that we tune into. Now, in order to listen to that, I'm inviting you to literally like open your mind, like to the outer edges of your consciousness. Whoa, there's my face. To the outer edges of my consciousness, of your consciousness, and discover what is on the edge of that. Go further, go further, go further. So really inviting yourself to be open and say, catch the highest notes that are given to you to receive, because there's always more of that. There's more to discover. There's more to literally hear by you sitting on the edge of your seat, metaphorically or not, and literally receiving this. And that is in fact also an inward going movement to really be present and to sink deeper into yourself. That is the same way as in which you go up at the same time. This is really the practice of, you could say, of ascension, of resurrection. So that is where we enter into. This is probably 4 or 5 minutes, I can't remember exactly, but this is where I want to start with. So bear with me. Level of God treatment. If God is infinite being, there is no other being. There's no John Jones being separate and apart from God. There cannot be God as infinite being and some other being besides God. God is an all-inclusive good, and besides that good, there is nothing else. Furthermore, if God is infinite, God must include all law and be the only law. That eliminates all possibility of any law other than the law of God. Therefore, in the spiritual kingdom, no laws of matter can operate. In that kingdom, there can be no law of infection or contagion. There can be no laws of material evil. There is only God law, spiritual law, perfect, complete, harmonious, all-enforcing, and self-enforcing. There is nothing to oppose the law of God, nothing to contend against it. God alone is law. God is the only life, the life of individual you and me. The life of God can never be sick or weakened, nor can it be subject to external influences of any nature other than God. God is the only life, the life of individual you and me. God is the only life, the life of individual you and me. God is the only life, the life of individual you and me. All right. See, this introduction that I just shared with you, the video, is really then basically the whole story. This is the art of spiritual healing. Like if this doesn't make you indescribably happy to hear this, and if this doesn't bring you home, stay around for a while, because this can really bring you home. This is up to you to receive this totally. So this is what we're practicing here, to receive this totally. See that it's okay. Yeah, forget about yourself for just a moment. Enjoy what is given, and set aside all the ideas that you can hold about anything, in order to let yourself be touched by a flash of lightning, or by a touch of heaven, by however you want to call it. And so this is the healing. This is the art of spiritual healing, and that's very playful. It is very playful, but it's also very simple. So complicating it with all kinds of constructions is not really helpful, but helping you to release all the ideas that you hold about it is wonderful. Or maybe you don't have any ideas, then we join together in this beautiful light that is given. Because coming back to that there's only God, and God is the only law, that brings us back to this moment. There's literally no past that can plague us any longer. Like, done with that. I leave that for what it is, because it doesn't tell me anything about myself. It is just a temptation to stay in a repeat function, repeat until I die function. Any attachment to time is like that. Now here, the art of spiritual healing takes you out of the bondage of space and time, into the realm of the truth of what you are, to be for a moment, to just get there, to let that touch, to let that take you over. So then you see there's no opposite to this law of God. The rest is like, a game that people play for a while to distract themselves for where it is really about. What would actually immediately make you so happy that you spring into paradisium, like into heaven. And this is the art of spiritual healing. Now that is like given to you in this instant. It has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be none of these things. It's really like everything is given for that, because it's basically the only reality there is. Why hold on to anything else that you thought you cherished for a moment? Why hold on to it? There's no need for it. Now that sounds too simple, I understand. That's why we practice this. So everything that we do here in this so-called program is really to not be concerned about yourself, but to literally allow yourself to give away all the concern in whatever way that is given to you in the healing circle, in the moment together, in you declaring yourself with something lovely that really touches you. And now you're going to try to express that, literally like be in the direct experience of what you are reading, just being that light that you are, taking the time to let that be everything for you. Seeing the total importance of that, and giving yourself the space to express that, and giving yourself the space to be that, really. So this is really about beingness, and not much about what you do, or how you do it, or what technique you use, or anything like that. No, this is much, much, much simpler than that. And much directer than that. That's why you can be a little bit afraid to let it occur, because it's very direct. It's right here. There's basically nothing you need to protect yourself against. Now that is openness, and that is completely supported. That is the beauty of it. It's like it's completely supported by the whole universe. Now, if you think there's something outside of you, then you're going to be concerned. If you think there's such thing as time, or that you think like there's such thing as your self-definition, then that starts to play games with you. That's the only thing that's occurring. But does it have anything to do with your reality? No, of course not. So this is an advanced beginner's course in the art of spiritual healing. And I say advanced because there's only one level, and it's a beginner's course. And you can have all the experiences, that's wonderful, but this is about right now, this moment. Are you willing to give up your defenses? Are you willing to give up your self-protection? Are you willing to just expose yourself, trusting that you are literally extending that light, not by doing anything, it's just a given. And you realize that. You become more and more aware of that, and you start to enjoy that. How beautiful is that? Just to be yourself and not having to protect yourself. So that's really the invitation to the art of spiritual healing that we practice here. So here, this is the program. It's an introduction to each other. That's what we're going to do now. An introduction to each other, the healing circle, the art of spiritual healing, we just did that, and the self-expression and self-identity. So an introduction to each other. Let's start with that. In one sentence, what inspires me? Spirit is inspiring me. That's the easiest way that I can express it. Like it's the direct connection that inspires me. That's the one thing that communicates. The rest is made up. We tried to do something, but this is direct communication. Now that is so efficient that you basically don't need words. And that you can only feel with your whole being. And I love that so much. It is so fast. And it fits so well with how my mind has opened up to listen and to be. And that is just something I love to teach all the time. Because it is never in comparison. It is never in trying to figure it out. It's never in understanding. It's like that's way too slow, way too slow. There's something so quick and that's like present within you that knows everything right away. That doesn't need to be distracted with ideas about it or with associations with it, but it's right here. I love that. I love that so much. So that brings you in the direct expression of that. That is the thing that you can say that is what heals. That knows everything because it's not disturbed by what I think it is or what I think I should have known or whatever self-judgment is connected to it. So I think, that is the lucidity of my mind where I'm completely in love with. And it's so fast. And it cannot relate really in human terms. And I see that too. So bear with me if I'm not responding in a very human way to whatever you say. Because sometimes I really have no idea what you're talking about. Because I already knew what you were saying before you said it. Something like this. And that's not for any other reason that I say this. It's more like the only reason I share this with you is because it is yours. It's not mine, it is ours. It is us communicating as one. This is the art of spiritual healing. It is literally where everything comes together. And it doesn't take time, it is right here. It's present always. It knows what to say if there's a word to be used. It knows how to stand. It knows how to not say anything. It knows how to be patient. It knows everything. So, you can say like the whole training, the whole thing is about that. To completely let every temptation to do anything else go. And enter into I call it the lucidity of my mind that is immediate. And that's a total gift. So thank you for the question. Like, whoa. Yes. I love to express that. And It doesn't.
Thank you,
It
merci.
doesn't. It doesn't know human laws. It doesn't know. So it cannot relate to that in that way. And I've many conflicts about, have had many conflicts about it with so many people, because it seems like I don't give a shit. But no, that's not true. Like, no. It is really like looking for ways to express this, and that can only sometimes be by being it and not anything else. So be patient with me. I'll be patient with you, of course. All right, so we're going to get started. So the most important thing is to remember that this is happening within a huge circle. This healing circle is not something like 9 people, 10 people, but this is like the Brotherhood United. And so where 2 or more are gathered in my name, which is the prayer that we did, Jesus Christ said, I'm right here with you in this moment of healing and in this circle of healing. This is in fact like the perfect setup for the recognition that the healing, or that the resurrection has taken place, that he is risen, and that's why he can be here too, and so are you. You are risen too. And so not to have any ideas about it, I just want to express this, to in fact see that whatever seems to be occurring in time and space is not an occurrence in time and space. No, it's just a recognition of, for you to see, oh, this is still shaky within me. Not that I need to understand how that works, but it can be released right now. It doesn't need to be put back into time and space by thinking that has something to do with this person or that person. No, it literally comes back to me now. I'm the one. It has to come through me, as in my recognition that I am one with God, and that the law of God is the only real happening here. So it's like within that light that is given in your recognition, all events that seem to be not right, or all the judgment that you can hold about yourself, will just only tell you something that has no reality whatsoever, that you have been using against yourself. So the healing then that takes place, which is the recognition, no, it has nothing to do with time and space. These occurrences are just triggering old memories within me. And now it's the time for me to feel that, to go through that, to let it be healed and allow it to be released. Because it has no other, literally has no other function than that. Otherwise I bring it back into time and space, and I will recycle it again. And it will come back to me a little bit more painful, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more confused, until I learn that lesson. So here in this healing circle that we find ourselves in the middle of, now what you express, you express with the, say, the intention not to make it real for yourself, but to literally set yourself free from the tendency to bring it back into time and space, but allow healing to occur here, right now, in this. So you can open your microphone when you feel like, okay, I got to express this, and we will be still with that, and or maybe play a little bit of music or something. But it's like, no, keep opening yourself up, or going down deeper into yourself to feel, in fact, what you feel, but not related to time and space at all. So you see, I'm grateful for what you shared, because the interesting part, what you specifically read about the tomb, like Jesus walked out of the tomb, it seems like. Now here's the thing that I want to bring in, and this is for healing. Like, you know that the body that Joel is talking about your eternal body has nothing to do with your physicality as you perceive it. So here's something that's really useful. And that is just based on how you experience yourself. Now, we're going to bring that back to just right here, right now. It's like, did you feel, this is for everyone, a personal question, did you feel your body in the last 20 minutes? Are you consciously aware of your body? Yeah? Okay. No? It can very well be that you don't feel it, that you didn't experience it at all, like you were somewhere else. So this is what I'm saying, is like there's an entry, re-entering your body all the time, and a disappearing out of your body all the time. This body is not constant as you have used it to get yourself on a timeline. No, this body is renewed all the time. But if you believe that to be stretched out over time and space, I said this yesterday too, but it's like if you stretch this out over time and space, or maybe it was this afternoon, I really don't know. If you use that to determine in which time you live, what happened 2 months ago and 6 months ago and a half year from now, then you literally solidify your body on a timeline and literally are carrying the burden of that. The body starts to hurt because it's not made to do that. Now your body is reincarnating all the time. Literally, you are reincarnating all the time. And then you go again, and you come back in, and you go again, and you come back in. There are times during your day that you don't feel the body at all, that it's completely gone, that you don't remember. It's like, oh my God, I'm actually here now. That you just missed it. You sit in the car and suddenly you drive 20 miles further and you didn't notice anything that occurred on the way there. So it's like time is not continuous as you know it. And this is really important healing tool, because otherwise you have to go through a process in order to be healed because of this and that and that. Like, no, healing is immediate. It's exactly happening in this instant, and that's it. So don't pick up any ideas that you hold about your body or about anything that you think is going on with you, whether that's physical, whether that's emotional, whether that's relationship related, whether that's this and that, all kinds of definitions of yourself. Like, if you could just allow it to be new, because it is brand new. This is the message. Like, it's always brand new. Allow it to be brand new right now. Not tomorrow. Not yesterday. No, now. Like, you have no idea the power of your mind, because this power that you want to experience is giving you in this instant. There's nothing obstructing it. There's no power that can obstruct it. There's only like a stepping away from it in your own fantasy, you could say, in your own idea about yourself. But when you release it, and releasing is then really, in fact, allowing yourself to feel it, like, oh my God, I'm so lost. Oh, now I'm found. Oh my God, I'm found. I just released my lostness, and now I'm found. And that feels like this, it's different, and now I feel connected. Oh, this is easy for me. Yes, and I forget it all the time too. That's great, because now you can remember it again. So this flexibility of openness within yourself, instead of holding on to an idea and literally crucifying yourself with it, that time is gone. That time is over. That's why it becomes more and more difficult. That's why we're here together, because this is a time of ascension, of resurrection. It really is. Like, that is given to you as a real lively experience. Now, if you, with your ideas about yourself, try to, in fact, make that difficult for yourself, obstruct it, connect it back to time and space, what happens? You literally carry this big cross on your back of time and space, wondering what the hell you're doing here, where this is all good for. So, let it go. It's still the same story after 2,000 years for you too. It's like it's still the same story. Release that cross. No, it's right here. Today I meet you in heaven. And yes, that's really true. I meet you in heaven. This is our time. This is our recognition. It has nothing to do with anything. It's our secret. And it's given to us in this instant. There's not a better moment to receive this. No, you don't have to do anything for it. Just release everything else. No, it doesn't need preparation in that sense. You're ready for it. And it's given now. Now, come home with me. Take my hand and walk with me. Let's do this together. It's like the light is given in this instant to let it occur. Literally, like Jesus is here waiting patiently and saying like, yeah, come on guys, let's go. This is our time. Let's celebrate our homecoming. And there's not going to be a better moment to do that. So yeah, this is really the healing circle that we're in together. It will never stop because it's continuous. Every time you realize that you're in the circle, you see that, oh my God, everything is given to me on heaven and earth, like in heaven and earth, in this instant. It had nothing to do with my ideas about myself. It had nothing to do with my ideas about my body. Has nothing to do with if I'm ready for it or if I'm doing all kinds of things with it. None of that. No, this is just, and this is something that we do on Thursday too, is like the Thursday meeting is a healing meeting too, but that's more like even more related to the idea of acceptance. This is about acceptance because the acceptance is your birth. It is not accepting ideas. It is not accepting experiences. No, this is a birth. You're going to be born inside in yourself as this one, like the one that you don't have to do anything for, the one that is already present with you. This Christ baby that is you, that wants to sing and dance and be happy, and it is happy and it is dancing. And you want to have that fully in your consciousness. So that is not a fairy tale, but it's really like a real occurrence for you. And that is literally at your doorstep. Now are you opening the door to let that occur? Why not? Why not today? Why not in this instant? There's not going to be a better time. So we're practicing this, so that's so great. I see that we don't have time for the other things that I had in mind, so that will come next week, because now we had a huge introduction to one another, interviewing each other and knowing all about one another, where we're at, and admitting together, well, oh my God, I'm so lost. I had no idea. I'm so lost. I'm such a beginner. I have no idea how to do this. Oh, great. Great. This is exactly the right entrance into this. So the only thing I'm asking you is to, well, just show up. Be here. This is where you dedicate yourself to. This is your possibility to have a real experience, really. So thank you for doing that today. I'll play some music and I hope to see you whenever I see you. Because it's all voluntary. We're not a cult. We're not anything. We're like, this is a healing circle completely out of space and time. And I have nothing to do with it. It's given to me. So thank you for your presence. I love you and hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.